Real talk, the core of mysticism is experience. Experience of the divine. But here's the rub. If you don't know yourself, then you are 100% bound to project yourself onto God. Because if we meet up with this vibrant energy, right, and it does not have a face, and it does not have an ethnicity, and it does not have any characteristics that you can go, oh, I know what you are and who you are. It is a divine reality that you've never experienced before. What are we bound to do? We're bound to see it as ourselves, see it as a mirror. But if we don't know what we look like, and we look in a mirror and say, that's the face of God, then we are bound to do what is the most problematic thing in every religion and spirituality and culture of every time, which is to project onto the unknown ourselves without realizing it. And that means that God becomes every kind of human frailty, bias, prejudice, political ideal, everything that is good and bad about us becomes God. And not only now do we see it as what we are, we see it as what God is. And therefore, everything that we are is justified and elevated and deified. You see the problem with that? That's the core problem of religion. So in mysticism, the first thing is, how do you see God? How do you sort yourself out from what God is unless you know who you are? So the real core of mysticism is always self-knowledge. That's why almost all mystical practices start with a shit ton of meditation. Meditation and meditation and meditation and meditation. Because you got to be able to sit with yourself, see yourself, notice your thoughts, your feelings, get to be at least in the presence of yourself for half an hour a day, or how can you even begin? That's why meditation. But then beyond that, then we have to understand. In my practice, we go, you have to understand the psyche of human beings. You have to understand the basic of how we function, of how we're built, how we cope, how we react. So you can understand your behavior, understand your reactions, and then not project them onto God. And as we clear layers and layers of self-deception, of misunderstanding, of unconscious coping, then and we also sit in the presence of the divine, more and more we can see what is there, instead of seeing a reflection of ourselves. We can feel the ultimate reality, and it can expand our understanding and expand our hearts and expand us as beings and draw us into our true nature as divine souls, instead of us being locked into these ideas as humans.